Well, sometimes in these conversations that we're having with each other, it's really easy to move into that too much information category because I'm talking about my life. And I hit 50 last year. I'm hitting 51 next month. Crazy. None of us are getting any younger. And one of the things that we all know as we get older, our bodies start to change. I mean, I remember when I was a little kid and my dad saying, "Son, your body's going to start to change." And I mean, I was 12. It changed. We know that. Puberty hit. Zits everywhere. It was ridiculous. Anyways, then they said, "Tim, when you get older, your body's going to begin to change." And it has, and not necessarily for the better. It's getting old. And it's like any other machine. As it gets old, it starts to fall apart. And things that used to work quite well don't work as well as they used to. It's a little disappointing. So I'm getting to that point where I start taking things a little bit more seriously. Now, I'm married to a lovely woman named Benita. And Benita has been talking to me ever since the day that I met her almost. When I asked her, "What do you do?" She does this thing called Shakeology. It's part of the Beachbody kind of deal. I can tell you right now, the only thing beach about this body is it look like a beached whale, but that's okay. But in this Shakeology kind of thing is a shake that she drinks, and it has all the nutrients and vegetables and vitamins and minerals and all this other stuff that you're supposed to be having in your life. So 2 weeks ago, I made a decision. I am going to start taking Shakeology. Wow. Well, I'm going to let you know that in the last couple days, my life, my body, my world has felt the impact of Shakeology. All these things that my body has been holding on to doesn't want to hold on to anymore, which means I'm spending a lot more time, well, getting rid of those things that my body's been holding on to. And one of the things that came to the conclusion in this is that as we get older, we have a tendency to hang on to a lot of things that we really don't need in our life. Things that have become habit forming, things that have become just part of the patterns of our lives. And the reality is we don't need them. And we need to make decisions in our life and make changes that reflect the life that we want to have, not necessarily the life that we do have. Patterns of behavior that we've established over time that maybe at one point started off because it really worked, but as we've gotten older, it doesn't work anymore. Attitudes that we have, actions that we have that don't reflect living a life for Christ, but have become more living a life for self. And it's really interesting how things can start off with the best intentions, but as we grow and they become habit forming, the attention is gone and the action is there. And we need to go back and ask ourselves, what's motivating us? And sometimes there's some changes we need to make that are going to unload a lot of things out of our life that we don't need. And we never should have kept on in the first place. Things that started off and this is going to work. And it's worked for that time. But we held on to the action instead of the purpose. I don't know what that is for you. I know what it is for me in a lot of areas. And there's some patterns that I need to change. And just like adding this Shakeology into my life and bringing in the nutrients and the things that my body actually needs instead of the pattern of eating that I've had, I recognize that things are beginning to change and I'm becoming healthier. And as I become healthier, I become more effective. God wants you to be effective. God wants you to have everything that you need. And God has given you everything you need for godliness in life. But if you exchange the truth for a lie, exchange the principles for a pattern, you miss out on it. So I hope that you can be encouraged by this to be reflective today. Take a look at your life and ask yourself, if these things that I'm doing, these patterns that I have in my life, do they really reflect achieving the goals that God has for me? And if not, maybe you need to make some changes. I know I'm drinking Shakeology. It's making all the difference for me in one way. All right, hope that's been encouragement. God bless you.